Hey, my name is Matthew. I'm one of the co-founders of SEO Gets, and today I'm excited to talk about content groups and how I'm using them to better my analysis of my websites using Search Console data. So jumping right in, what are content groups? Content groups are the ability to group pieces of content together so you can track them as categories or groupings. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use this, and I hopefully will give you a couple reasons that you would want to at least check this out. First and foremost, the most obvious one is tracking your homepage. A lot of times your homepage is one of your most powerful pages, and you want to make sure that it's continuing to perform well. So that is the first content group that I set up, and it's really super straightforward. You just come in here and you equals your site, and that's it. And you can see it's matching one page, it's the homepage only, and I save that. So now when I come in here, I can filter by my homepage and see how this is performing over time. I'm up, 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 up. Everything's good. Okay. Next thing that I like to set up is my blog. I want to make sure that my blog is performing all right. And so we can see here, my blog pages are up, blog pages are up. Again, coming over here, when I come into my blog, all it is we set up the subfolder of blog. So any page that contains blog, we have 15 blog pages. So I can filter by that blog, and I can see down here, here are the performance of these pages, which ones are my performance, which ones aren't, but it's right there through that filter. The next one is when you go to SEO Gets, we have a handful of different, what I'm going to call content silos. So we have all of our feature pages. So if I come here, our feature pages, and within there we have nested within the features, the ability for you to have individual feature pages. And so what that does is it allows me to filter and see how my feature pages are performing. Now this is good because this is high intent pages, how to extend Google Search Console data, branded keywords. All of these pages lead to the potential of having qualified leads coming through them. Again, we also have that for our glossary. That's a section that we have. It's kind of performing a little bit. We also use it for our tools. We have free tools up here. And again, all of these are using the hierarchy of /tools / the page. And so I can see through here that our tools are doing well. So yeah, using it for content silos. That could be topics of blogs. That can be programmatic SEO. However you want to track it, it's really easy. Again, just to come into the settings. You can do conditional statements, and so it contains this and doesn't contain this, and you can come and build so that you get the exact pages that you want in there. The next one is kind of straightforward for e-commerce. This is an e-commerce site, but setting it up for your product pages and your collection pages as content groups. So all of your collection pages in one and all of your product pages in another. That helps you kind of see which of those two is performing better for you. The next one is kind of tricky. I've suggested this a couple times and people love this, but by author. So what I do is I came into here and I exported a list of all of the pages that I wrote. And so what you can do is in our filters, you can do a matches any batch, and it's a contain statement. So I don't need the whole, you can see how this whole URL down here, I don't need that whole URL. I just need this portion to be able to match this page. And so we do have a character limit here from Google's API. 4,100 characters, and so you want to try and cut these down. And a lot of times you can even cut it down shorter, and see how it didn't remove it because it's unique and it's a contain statement. So the matches any contain statement is a great way. You just export your list of URLs, you shorten it as much as possible, and then you save it by author. And so now when I come in here, I can filter by author, and now I can see how all of the blog pages that I wrote are performing. This is really good if you have multiple authors or guest posts and all those kinds of things to see how those are performing. The next one that is, again, kind of the same idea is your money pages or your bottom of funnel. So you can come in here and you can basically export that list of pages that you know these are your supposed to be your top performers, and you save them in there. So that way when you come in and you look, you can filter by that and say, hey, are my most important pages still doing well? The last one is if you have subdomains and you're using the property domain, so it has all of your subdomain domains in here, you can create content groups by your subdomains. And so I know a lot of times they'll have certain properties. for the URL. But you can come in here, and I knew that we had a user using it for different languages. So he would set up a content group for Spanish, a content group for English, a content group for all of the different subdomains that they had for their international SEO. So those are 7 ways that you can use content groups. Now, the world is your limit. Like, we've had users have really great ideas, and so feel free to categorize and group it in however you want, but it's just a tool to allow you to come in here and see quickly. You can come to the 28 days, and I can see that, okay, so my glossary is down, but I have 5 of my content groups are up. And so that's very important for me, that the most important homepage, my features page, are up 14% and up 25%. Again, I can hover here to see the exact numbers. And even though their impressions are down, the clicks are up and our revenue is up. And so that's what matters. So you can see how you can use content groups. Next time I'll probably jump into topic clusters, but it's going to be the same concept except on the query level. This is on the page level. And yeah, it's important to track these things, because I don't want to always be diving into the deep weeds of like, how are all these doing? I need to have a big overview. And if I want to dive deep in, I can just click here and see, okay, my blog is up. What is growing in my blog? Okay, these are the 4 pages that have been growing over this last 28 days. And here's my page that's been decaying. So maybe I need to refresh this piece of content. Hopefully this has been helpful, and I hope you enjoy SEO Gets. You should try it out.